Hello everyone, my name is Laura. I'm with Viterbo University. Fall is just around the corner, and what better way to get in the fall spirit than making your own homemade applesauce. In this video, I'm going to share everything I know about apples, dive into the nutrition of applesauce, and do a demonstration so you can follow along at home. Let's get started. You can find apple trees at the Kane Street Garden, located on the corner of Kane and State Cloud Streets on the north side of La Crosse. The trees can be found just to the left of the Food Distribution Center. Every Monday and Thursday from 3 to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., volunteers help harvest food, which then gets distributed under the shelter. All the produce is free. The best apples for making applesauce are Cortland, Crispin, Fuji, Golden Delicious, and similar varieties. Other apple varieties are better suited for making apple cider, apple pie, or eaten fresh. Use a mix of different apples for a unique and great taste. Now let's talk about nutrition. According to Harvard, apples are a source of fiber and vitamin C. Now, if you go to the grocery store and buy applesauce, sometimes it can have hidden sugar in it, which makes it not as healthy as homemade applesauce. That's the great part of homemade applesauce. You get to choose what goes in it. So when you're done with your applesauce, add cinnamon and sugar how you like it. And that way you will avoid the extra sugar. To make this applesauce, you'll need some ingredients and supplies. This recipe will yield around 4 cups of applesauce. You'll need 8 apples with their skin peeled and core taken out, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 cup of water, and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon to taste. You may also add sugar if you wish. And for the supplies, you can use a peeler or core, a knife, and an optional food mill if you have one. Before we handle the apples, let's wash our hands and then rinse off all the apples. It is important to wash off potential dirt, chemicals, or germs from our fresh produce so we stay healthy. There are 2 methods of applesauce making we will cover here. The first is using a knife, peeler, and core to prepare the apples for cooking. The second method, with the food mill, only requires a core, and the apples should have their core and seeds taken out. Remember, sharp tools shall only be handled by adults and under the supervision of adults. Once all the ingredients are ready, you can cook it either on a stovetop, in an instant pot, which will take 10 minutes on high pressure, or in a slow cooker, which takes around 3 to 4 hours. Put apples in your cooking appliance with 1 cup of water and a splash of lemon juice to prevent browning. On the stovetop, turn the heat onto high until the water is boiling. Once it comes to a boil, let it simmer for 20 to 30 minutes. When it is cooked and can be mashed with a fork, it is ready for the next steps. You can puree it in a blender, a food processor, or with an immersion blender. The tool you'll use depends on how smooth or textured you want your applesauce. Because we have access to a food mill, we're going to put our cooked apples into it, and it will take the skin off for us. You can eat it right away, store it in the fridge, freeze it, or can it. In the refrigerator, it will store for 2 weeks in an airtight container. For freezing, cool the applesauce completely, then put into freezer bags. and you can store it there for up to 2 months. And if you can it can store up to a year. Alright everyone, well, I wanted to say a big thank you for joining me today. I hope you get to make your own applesauce at home. Thank you so much to the Kane Street Garden for letting us film here, and I hope you all have a great fall. Bye!